Good? Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Comedy Pinata, live from Zanies in Nashville. I'll get to our esteemed panel here in just a sec. First off, credit cards, student loans, mortgages, car loans, hospital bills, cuticles. Did you know you have a lot of rights if any of these ever go to debt collectors? That's right. Consumers, not debt collectors, have a huge list of rules they have to abide by, and that's where the law firm at SueTheCollector.com comes in. SueTheCollector.com is a national consumer law firm that only helps consumers. The lawyers at Sue the Collector have helped literally thousands of people turn the tables on debt collectors and put an end to illegal harassment, abuse, and repeated phone calls that many people find themselves subjected to through no fault of their own. The lawyers at SueTheCollector.com can help everyone in all 50 states. They've won millions for consumers over the years and have canceled over $1 billion to consumer-related debts. That's right. It's a...
6 million.
Billion.
Died in the Holocaust.
Oh, Chance. Oh, no. Oh, no. Moving on. Right now, they really want to speak to anybody that's had their car repossessed. Did you know consumers do not have to allow repo men to take their cars against their will? In most cases, you can actually legally refuse to let them take your car. If you've ever objected to a car repo and they still get your car against your will, you may be sitting on a very valuable case. So call Sue the Collector's office right now at 1-877-BAD-REPO or 1-877-223-7376. Again, that's 1-877-BAD-REPO or 1-877-223-7376. They're open right now to take your call. Again, 1-877-BAD-REPO. The Holocaust did happen. Guys,
Fight the repo man. Let's do it.
Want to thank my co-host as usual.
Hey.
Chance Willie.
Good to see you, Steve.
Chance and I, we were just
Hot off
working
the
together.
road.
And hot off the road, yeah. And I'm very excited about
That's
this.
what that smell is.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited about this.
Oh, yeah.
Healthy cuticles, working on her nails. You know her from Sharp Tongue Podcast. She's got, just a ton of, always touring.
Yeah.
Jessimae Peluso.
Hey, what's up,
Jessimae,
everybody?
thank you so much for being here.
Jessimae Peluso Pitt. Thank you.
Jessimae Peluso Pitt.
Peluso Pitt.
Right, yeah.
If anyone was asking.
And how soon do you guys get to the orphanage and adopt 5 or 6 of your own?
Oh, I actually just already did that, so I came prepared for when he enters me. My soul.
Your soul.
My soul.
Of course.
Spiritually.
Yeah, spiritually, not
Right,
physically.
right. Okay.
Is he
Yes.
the go-to?
Thanks for
Is he
clarifying.
even now? I saw the movie The Lost City.
I want to show you. Is he the go-to? He is. Let
He
me
is
show you.
the go-to. Oh,
He's my screensaver. That's what I showed
Yeah.
Steve. That's
And
my
and he
husband.
looks great there.
He looks
yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, he looks
I saw
great.
The
Yeah.
Lost City, and you could see, okay, this guy's getting a little long in the tooth, but he still looks.
Do people's teeth get long? I don't know the origin of
You're
that
getting older, right?
Yeah,
cliche. Is that
Yeah.
what it? Someone's tooth must have gotten long at some point, though.
He was born in 1890. He's a little long in the tooth. Well, it's short harvest.
And
this
we won
year.
the
It's gonna
war
be
down here in the South.
Says
The
310
war
to
of
Yuma.
northern aggression.
But he is. I remember I saw him one time in my life. I was in New York City. I got invited to a screening of 7 Years in Tibet.
Oh, it's good.
Remember that movie?
Yeah.
And at the time, he had like this like almost like blonde hair that came over and it wisped over. And I was like, anybody else, I'd shit on that haircut. But it's like
Brad Pitt.
he still
pulled
looks
it
so
off.
handsome.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
handsome now, even as like a female art teacher. I like the look.
You
Female art
how old
teacher
is he-
in a
How old
bucket
is he
hat.
right now?
1,000. I have no idea. He's a vampire.
He is a
Yeah.
vampire.
He's a
yeah.
vampire.
And he was a
He's gonna be
good-looking
sexy
vampire
forever.
too.
That's right.
In Interview with the Vampire.
He
Yeah.
is good in that. Yeah, he's gonna be sexy forever. Have you seen the thing about Keanu? They think Keanu Reeves is like the blood dragon. They think he's like. They take a picture of like Charlemagne, who wrote like the Magna Carta, and then not the Jay-Z album, but and then
I was gonna say Charlemagne the God.
Charlemagne the God. Yeah, Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz, and they put them together like a black guy and a white guy on a podcast. No, but no, they put
What is this? Comedy Central?
What?
That's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut. That's right.
Nice for the kids at home. Yeah, they put Charlemagne and Keanu Reeves as like a painting and a picture together. They look identical. You should check it out.
What?
Google it.
Really?
Yeah,
I think
it's very
Keanu
weird.
Reeves is a hot one too.
I mean, that guy's getting old too. I mean, he still looks amazing though.
Yeah, that happens to all of us.
Getting older
Yep.
or looking amazing? Because
Well, that's true. Not
what
looking
is
amazing.
the one film you saw Brad Pitt in where you're like,
Oh wow,
California?
not one yet.
No?
I haven't seen a film where I'm like, I really
Still
haven't. Which
every
one?
film.
What's California?
California, he's really grungy. I think he and like Juliette Lewis were
Oh
like
yeah, whoa.
killers.
Yeah. What's the
And I was like,
zombie
he really
one?
grunged it out. World War Z?
World War
World War
Z.
Z.
Yeah.
He's
Was there
in that,
something
right?
there? Yeah.
I didn't find him super attractive in World War Z.
It
You
probably
want
was
him
where you were
at
in
his
your
hottest.
cycle.
I
of the
want
month.
Fight Club Brad Pitt. That's my.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think every guy.
Yeah.
You
That's
probably
right.
didn't find him
Yeah.
attractive because you weren't ovulating that day.
I wasn't ovulating that day.
It's all about your cycle.
Yeah,
you have to
it
match
is.
your cycle up.
It matches up with the moon. I recently found that
It
out.
does.
Yeah,
And
women
you
are like
attracted to
werewolves.
we are werewolves.
Yeah,
Well, that's where
Thank
the
you for
term
recognizing
lunatic comes from.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yes,
know that?
the
Yeah?
moon.
No idea. I recently learned that. I'm like, oh yeah, fucking idiot.
Yeah, women, we're just fucking crazy.
Women are werewolves that instead of feeding on your flesh, they feed on your energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we suck your
They're
soul.
like emotional
right.
werewolves.
And you guys don't do that at all.
No. We're all
All right,
very
Comedy
considerate,
Pinata.
very emotionally available. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Getting right into it.
No
This episode is dedicated to Brad Pitt.
Oh
no,
God,
joke.
yes. Oh, it's a joke. Oh yeah.
I love Brad Pitt.
It's Morse code on the. Okay, so
Is that the,
watch
is that
some-
yeah? Brad Clitt? Is that
Brad Pitt.
all right?
Someone paint me that. Brad
Here we
Clitt.
go. Out of the gates, Whitney Cummings. Any initial thoughts on Whitney Cummings?
Love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hardest working woman in Hollywood, right?
So hardworking. Literally
Yeah.
writes scripts on a treadmill.
Really?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, what are you running from? You know what I mean? Take a vacation.
Hollywood. She's running towards Hollywood.
She's
not
running
running
to
from
Hollywood.
any.
Yeah.
Women usually we always run from something. I
Yeah,
think that's why
yeah.
you guys are always like ladies first, so you can get behind us and attack us. We don't want to be. We don't want to be first. Men first. We
Men
gotta
through the
switch
gate.
that. Yeah.
You think so?
I
Yeah.
open the doors now, like after you, sir. Please,
Yeah.
after you. And
Oh,
then I
that's
breathe
never
down their
happened.
neck
I've
for
never
2
had a
blocks.
woman. Even like, I don't want the door held open, but they don't even do the pass off.
You don't like the
Really?
You know
pass
where you
off?
pass off?
Yeah.
They just walk in. Nobody exists behind a woman ever.
That's the ones that get
They never check.
snatched. I always check. I'm always like behind you. I'm on your 6. And then I just do hot breath for 2 blocks on your neck to let you know what it feels like.
Behind you, I'm on your 6. This is how people get
Should I do that
snatched.
as a joke? That's kind of funny. I'm gonna add it in.
Behind you.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I'm on your
that's
6,
fucking
bro.
Great. Okay.
I'm on your
All right,
6. I'm on your 6, bro.
Let's watch Whitney Cummings.
He's
Here
like,
we
oh
go.
no, please don't breathe on my neck.
Yeah, and then you get a hard on.
Squirt, 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 squirt.
Attacking you wouldn't work. You guys would come.
I know.
Like all these role play fantasies because I feel like the guy is always very authoritative and the woman is always like
you pause
so
it real
weak,
quick?
you know, it's like the
She knows she has a microphone, right? Why is she? Okay, sorry, go ahead.
We get excited. We have a lot of energy.
Yeah, do you have an Advil?
I feel like I do that all the time. People are like, my eardrums.
By the way, this is on mute and
really?
we can still hear it. Okay, let's pray.
guy is always like a lawyer or like a doctor and the woman's always like a secretary. The guy's like a professor and the woman's a schoolgirl. When you guys do this, you're just reminding us of all the jobs you don't have in real life. How about instead of being a doctor in the bedroom, how about just be a fucking doctor? How about that? I did have a guy do this once. I had a guy say to me once, he was like, I want you to be a stripper for me. I was like, you want me to be emotionally unavailable and take your money? I've been doing that since we freaking met. Okay, all I need is some self-tanner and a shitty sun tattoo, and I'm ready to rock this right now. Let's go. Dead eyes. I don't know, I just was like, dude, I am not doing the stripper fantasy. I told him, I was like, can we just compromise? How about I throw some glitter on your balls when we watch American Idol? How about that? I just think you can't do this stripper fantasy unless you have a stripper body, you know what I mean? Like, if I was gonna, like, get naked and dance around, you know, that pole, you guys wouldn't be like, oh, look at that stripper. You'd be like, what is that European boy doing at a jungle gym?
That's good.
I just feel like our society is obsessed with strippers. Like, at my gym in LA, there's a class called striptease aerobics, right? It's like get in shape like a stripper. What is a pimp gonna chase me around the gym for an hour? And I get to do freaking blow? What is this class? I'm in. I'm just not adventurous like that. Like, I had a girlfriend of mine ask me recently, she's like, have you ever made a sex tape? She's a slut. I feel like guys can make sex tapes, right? Because you guys, you're like emotionally unattached. Like, you can make a sex tape with some girl, you know, from like 10 years ago, pop it in now and be like, oh yeah. I don't know why I think all guys jerk off like that. Why is that? Like, just like always standing up, like hunched over, like a troll or something, like, and you like growl, like.
Okay. All right. Well, Okay, that was Whitney Cummings.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
I love her outfit. What the fuck is that
Yeah,
shirt?
just take that screen off. Right?
Such a dude. First thing you comment on is her clothes.
Yeah.
It did blend into the background.
You
Yeah.
could tell it was like Kesha era. You know what I mean? It was like glitter. The jokes were about glitter.
It's
like
the thing about outfits.
glitter
It's
was
so
in the
hard.
pop culture. Yeah.
I feel like the thing I wore, even now, this outfit I put on this morning is already dated. Like,
No, you're
damn
cool.
it.
You look great.
You always look cool.
Yeah.
I
No,
think
you're
she's
right in
good
the
with
pocket.
redirect. I think she's,
Yeah.
you settle in and there's a couple points where she, switches it up. I'm a fan of her. It's going to be hard for me to try and dissect this.
I like the.
I'll let you guys take it.
I like the masturbate. I like the tags after the masturbating thing. He's like, why do I think like every time that a dude jacks off, it's like he's under a bridge and he's hunched
Yeah.
over. He's like she like lays it out, creates a visual, and then like tags it up. I thought it was really good.
To me, that felt like it was in the moment too. It felt like a organic tag that she might have just kept in for the special that maybe necessarily wasn't pre-prepared.
Yeah.
It felt like a
Yeah,
real.
because it was a speed bump to the actual bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, but what I like about like Whitney in general, but what I like about at the very beginning of this is that she's definitely saying something. She's communicating like a feminist standpoint.
Yeah.
And she's going deeper down the layers of, I mean, you hear many people talk about the stripper bit or whatever.
Right.
There's girls that'll do a bit about stripper, but she really goes into this psychology of why is this happening and
Right.
why do you want this? And here's how she flips it. Why don't I just be a doctor? Like
Yeah.
all those things. It's like a really, really smart, elevated way of doing the same subject matter, but like a great twist on the joke,
Yeah,
which
it's
I
like
love.
it's like a behavioral psychology.
Right.
It's her tone is definitely getting into the whys of what we do, and also I have to agree, like just have a job. And how old is this joke? Do we know?
It's probably
2017, 2018, whatever. It's not. This is obviously
super
an older
recent
bit of
years,
hers.
yeah.
Right.
That shit's still happening. There's
Oh,
still
yeah.
motherfuckers that just don't have a job that are like, yeah, can I put a body part inside of your body? It's like there's a prerequisite here, and it's.
Is that what Taylor said to you in the alley last night when he had the ladder in his
your
hand?
producer asked to put his microphone in my garage, and I was like, I think that's code. And
You're
then
like, sure or Blue Yeti? What are we talking here?
and then he actually put it in the garage out back, and I felt like I had date raped him. That was that fun twist.
I thought, yeah. Oops.
Oh, you were literal. Oh, I'm the asshole.
But I enjoy Whitney. I love Whitney's material.
Oh,
She
yeah.
got a little
There's
air coming in here, but
AC
Bunch of
Ghost.
birds fly through here.
Just dust,
Real
dust from the
professional.
1980s, just like hair particles from Jeff Foxworthy's mustache from 1995 blast out into our mouths.
a scrunchie's
Is that
going to
Tim
fall
Allen's
out of there.
pubes? Ugh.
A scrunchie.
A scrunchie's going to.
Roseanne Barr's scrunchie is going to land in my mouth. What in the flying fuck was that noise?
Is that Roseanne Barr scrunchie or Eddie Pepitone's cock ring? I'm not sure.
It's Tim the Toolman Taylor's taint hair. That was a mouthful in so many ways. Can't believe I got that out.
That was nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
It was an alliteration.
It
I
was
like that.
alliteration.
Yes.
I love alliterations.
Me too. Me too.
Well, to get back to Whitney,
Yeah.
I do think that I love Whitney's material. Like, this is a comic, you could transcribe it all. Like, wow, this is really, really
Yes.
funny.
Yeah.
It's well written.
Smart.
At times, I find her delivery piercing. At times, I'm just like, will you please there is a microphone. You can whisper into this. You can talk into it. I think, I don't know. I'm hoping at some point she could feel a lot more secure on stage to not, like, feel the need to
Project it.
scream at times.
I have to
Yeah.
consciously say that to myself because I get so excited. I want to yell it all to everybody.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
literally have to go. There's moments on stage where I move the microphone away so I can go. I literally have like mastered letting out air
Right.
because I've held it in because I'm screaming
Yeah.
so much that it's a concerted effort. For
I
sure.
think we all have our ticks, though. I mean, I certainly, when I see old clips of myself, I used to think Fast is funny. I heard Fast is funny, so I try to be as quick as I can. And now I'm really doing the reverse. I'm slowing down.
That's dementia.
Where's that goddamn scrunchie?
Where's that goddamn
Come on now. Come on. I know it's in there somewhere. But I would give this bid, I give this 8.5, 9 out of 10. That's where I would feel my wheelhouse is, because I really love, again, just the attention to detail. And she's always saying something behind the joke.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, you're saying that. But it's like, from a feminist, like a strong-willed standpoint, which I've always appreciated about her material.
I agree. It's definitely, there's always a message. There's something to be learned, and it's not just being funny to be funny.
It's empowering.
It is empowering.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's, as a female, I appreciate that shit. I appreciate a woman talking about something that I can relate to. And also, it still holds up.
Yeah.
It's not that old of a bit, but still. Am I rating it? Do I give it?
You give it whatever you want out of 10.
I think a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10, yeah. How about
I'll give 9 out of 10. It's exactly what I like in bits, which is like it starts with something very relatable, and then it goes. There's like a deep psychological analysis.
Yeah.
Like we talked about last week, like peeling back the layers of like what makes something very relatable. Tick. Yeah, it's great writing. Great bit. Delivery was fast, punchy. I liked it.
Yep.
Well, we love you, Whitney. All right, here we go. Number 2. Let's see who we got here. Again, I never know who this is. Okay, here we
You
go.
never
Sam
know?
Morril.
Sam Morril.
We don't know who these guys pick up the bits. Sam Morril.
Wow.
Great comic out of New York City. Been at it for a while, starting to make a name for himself on the scene. So I'm glad to see him garner some attention. Should we just get into this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's
already
do
have
it.
mine on. I went to go put them on again. This is a good edible. Forget where things are.
You did an edible before this?
You didn't?
No.
The email said.
I don't get the
I guess you
emails.
did.
He doesn't
Got
let me
it.
in. You think I get the emails?
I
Are
thought you
kidding me?
did.
Yeah.
Can I tell you how much I despise Delta? Oh my God, I hate Delta. Don't fly them if you're paying attention to what I'm saying right now. They got the Biscoff cookie. It's a good cookie. It's a damn good cookie. I take it back. I like that cookie. You can dip it in coffee. You can eat it plain. It's a versatile snack. I like a pretentious cookie. I like a biscotti, you know? Or I feel like Chips Ahoy looks at biscotti like, dude, we get it. You studied abroad, you know? Jesus Christ. Biscotti is like 2 summers, you know? Prague and Madrid. But they took away 20,000 of my airline miles, which were hard-earned. And I called and I was like, this isn't fair. And the woman on the phone, she's like, oh, we don't do this anymore. And I'm like, you don't do what anymore? She's like, we don't do complaints anymore. Excuse me? She's like, yeah, you can email our complaint division, but it's going to take like 6 months. And I was like, that's ridiculous. She said, also, your mother's a cunt. I was like, wait, what was that last part? I'm paraphrasing, but that's how her words made me feel. So that's a trick I learned in therapy. I'm allowed to say whatever I want as long as it's how I feel. I do that to my girlfriend. Like, I would never, in a fight, when it gets heated, I would never call her crazy, but I would say, I feel like, based on your current behavior, you would fit in well in a psych ward. That's just how I feel, you know? And if you disregard my feelings, it's insensitive, so. So I get transferred to another woman at Delta. She's even worse. She was like, oh, well, your miles are from 2010, and we didn't start keeping track till 2011. Sorry. That's a direct quote, by the way. Sorry. With an AY. The least sincere of all apologies. You would never go to a funeral. Sorry. And if you do, that's the murderer right there. I was like, this is not fair. And she said, well, I don't know what to tell you. I said, I feel like you're being kind of condescending. She said, who am I? And I'm not proud of what I said next. I said, I hope that you die in a fire. I'm not proud of that. I'm just reporting the facts. I'm trying to be honest. In my defense, I didn't say, like, kill you in a fire, you know? I said, I hope. My tone was like, in a better world, you'd be dead in a fire, you know? I don't really hope that she dies in a fire. Maybe a moderate form of cancer would be fair, I think, you know? For what I've been through. I'm talking treatable. I'm not a monster, guys. Come on.
All right. What do you think about Sam here?
I feel like he has a huge dick.
Excuse me?
You
Do
know
you
what I
feel
mean?
like, is that what your therapist told you to say?
Yeah, I feel like.
Is
he
that your
has a
way of
huge
coming
dick.
out to us? Is that your way of letting us know that you want dick in your life? I support it.
I mean, do you disagree? Do you think, doesn't he kind of have like big dick energy?
Well, I don't think he has big dick energy, and I'm not saying he doesn't have like a big dick. I don't know either way. I think he has.
You're talking like somebody who has had sex with him, and you're like, this is like your press release. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say either way. It's neither here nor there. You know, I think Sam is a great guy.
It's all
and-
hearsay, allegedly.
Allegedly, you know, it's like it's time to grow. It's time to grow. This is a learning opportunity. I'm like, what? Do you think his cock is big or not? Why are you like
No,
dodging?
I don't think so.
Okay. All
No
right.
offense
I
to
think what you're
Sam.
getting at is that he's got a very comfortable stage presence.
That's what it is. He's cozy up there.
Yeah.
Or
He knows
he's
exactly
riddled
who
with
he is.
anxiety.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It could be.
But he's got
Yeah.
a very, it's like he doesn't, it's like catch up to me, slow down with me. I don't give a shit. This is how I don't think he has that desire to make
Right.
sure the audience is entertained. It's like, this is me.
It's
Yeah.
his pace, and
Yeah.
it's definitely his cadence. And his cadence has been that way. I remember him in New York, and I always loved his stand-up. I always admired his cadence. And I also, at the beginning, was like, oh boy, airplane material.
Yeah.
But then knowing Sam, I was like, it's not going to be just that. I think it's cool
Right.
to have something be such a basic idea, like a basic premise, an opening premise, and then how he interwove sort of psychoanalysis of himself
Yeah.
within that, and then wrapped it up. It really was a nicely buttoned joke that was surprisingly deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the fact that he's going on and on and on. You're just like, yeah, he's kind of an asshole. And then, it's like, I hope she dies in a house fire for what I've been through.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, that's the line that like makes it all okay to me. It's like, it's
Yeah.
so fucking funny. And comics, every day we have experiences where people are like, you're not going to make a bit about this, are you?
Yeah.
Like Sam's the
Like
guy
that
that would
lady
make a
at
bit
Chewy's.
about
About
it.
everything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But he could mine something great out of the situation.
Yeah.
And even though it's one or two things that are dispiriting, you hear on the other line of a phone call, it's like, no, this is a bit now. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
great.
Yeah, it is.
And
It
then
is.
he's objectively like being an asshole, but there's something very charming about it. He defends his position enough to make it like very like you're on his side almost. But
Well, he
Yeah,
makes the
like a
case,
murderer,
right?
like Ted Bundy.
Yeah,
just
like
like
a
Ted
killer.
Bundy charm. That's
Yes,
exactly
right,
what
yeah.
it is.
he
I'm
does
like,
have a Ted Bundy kind of charm.
I'm like, what is it inside the trunk? Just lean in and get tucked in there. The kittens are back here.
Yeah. He's like, I'll see you tomorrow at this podcast taping. It's Taylor. He's putting you in the trunk. Ooh.
Got you on my 6.
Got
Get
you
off.
on my
Yeah,
six.
I'm on your 6.
There's some
bro.
merch right there. That's a merch opportunity. Got you on my
That
6.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you on my 6.
Oh shit!
back. It's
That's
a
a
fucking
great
funny bit. I'm
idea.
surprised it
Your
wasn't a
breath here, you know?
Yeah, you're right here. I got you on my 6.
on
Like
this
a
on
breath cloud on the neck.
yeah,
That's
like
funny.
on one shoulder.
That's
like,
funny. I'm gonna thank you for that. I'll give
Absolutely.
you guys negative 2%.
I tried when I was doing like open mics. I was trying to be Sam Morril for probably like a year out of my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just like I loved the way that he writes jokes and his delivery and stuff. And then you know how you like copy people.
You got a
when
big dick,
start.
too?
Yeah.
Well, I was really hoping. Let's just say.
I hope.
Let's say I have a micro delivery. You know what I mean? Let's say I have a very average delivery.
It's all in the presentation.
Travel size.
I've been told I have a thick delivery, but not a very long delivery.
Well, like
you
a
know what I
tuna
mean?
can.
Like it's.
Girth Brooks.
Girth, hey, come on,
We're
Brad
in the South,
Clitt,
guys.
Girth
We're in the
Brooks.
South.
Isn't he opening for you, Girth Brooks?
Girth Brooks, yeah, I'm with him at the Looney Bin next week. You can check him out.
Well, what do you give Sam?
9 out of 10.
9 out of
Again,
10.
and Sam, if you're available, love to open for you. You know.
I give it like a 7 out of 10. I really like it. I like it. As a performer, though, there's times where I'm just like, I wish it was just a bit more for me. Like, I love Sam, and I'll watch him at the Cellar. I'll watch a
Absolutely.
showcase set and be like, it's fucking great bits. But sometimes I think, like, if I had to watch an hour of someone just as laid back as possible, I'm like, I'll put a bookmark in this and I'll come back to it and take it in
Right.
doses. But other than that, I think he's great. I mean, I really do enjoy his comedy.
Yeah, me too.
I agree. We both had this conversation about who we like to watch and the types of stand-up that we like to
Yeah.
watch. And I like to watch Sam too, but I've never seen a full hour. But then again, I don't know. I don't really watch anyone's full hour. Everyone's full
that's
hour
true.
that I've watched, they're all dead. That's the truth.
yeah.
But I agree, like, and it's just that sort of thing where it's like it's a peer, and I'm always about seeing some sort of reflective, something I can like connect with, and I think like a 7 out of 10 too, but that's not any indication of
Yeah, it's the bit, it's not the
quality of his
comic,
comedy.
All right, Sam Morril, here we go. Let's go to, here we go. Christina P.
Oh yeah,
This is a first here. Okay, so
exciting.
This is gonna be nice to see. Christina, I remember seeing her kind of starting coming to the scene after like Road Rules, and then she had this poster that she put out like of upcoming whatever comic coming next week, and her headshot was her in a black T-shirt just sticking her gut out like she didn't give a shit, and it was like I just couldn't stop laughing. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every night I came in, it's like Amy Schumer is like in a bikini at the Comedy Cellar, like posing.
Is
and
she?
Then, well, at the Cellar, like she did a photo shoot with like I think like Lynn Koplitz, and they were like in lingerie and stuff.
I
and
remember seeing
they post
that,
these
yes.
pictures, and I was like, oh okay, I guess. And then I saw Christina's picture, and I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Like, yes,
It's
please,
very
more
Gilda
of that.
Radner.
And that was my first
Yeah.
like introduction to her, having not, and then I started seeing her at the clubs and stuff. I was like, oh, this is fucking great.
She's so chill. She doesn't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Yeah, it's super sweet.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch Christina.
I'm convinced the last envelope's
I
gonna
like
be me.
my favorite is TLC.
It will be.
You guys want like the Learning Channel? It's not the best. Where you can learn about midget families, people with too many fucking kids. Have you seen the 19 Kids and Counting show? 19. How is that even? Okay, look. Put it this way: Animal Services won't let you have but 6 cats. How the fuck? 19. It's so gross. And you know that they do it because they're these religious people. They're evangelical, right? So that means that their religion doesn't allow them to use reason or logic. That's why they have. It's so. Could you imagine being that poor broodmare of a woman and just everyone a fucking Jim Bob's. I say for the season finale, we should cut Jim Bob's balls off.
I mean,
Dude.
it was such a short
It's
clip.
such a
but
short clip.
She's she makes me smile. Like
Yeah.
you just want to watch her. There's something enigmatic about
She
her.
got great stage presence.
Great stage
Yeah.
presence, and normally I can't stand. And I have to preface this with I don't think I am that I'm even have a right to be giving advice or judging. But I can't stand when people sit on a chair
Oh yeah.
or sit on the stool,
Yeah.
and it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I didn't even it didn't.
There was like a cuteness about it. You're like,
She's
she's probably
just-
tired and wants to sit down. You know
She's
what
so
I mean?
likable and
Yeah,
so
she's-
relatable, and that's a great joke.
It's a great joke, and I agree with you about the stool. When you sit down, you sap the energy, but for some reason, like it compacted her energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just like, I don't know, she was just emanating energy via just sitting
Right.
down. It was
She's
weird.
got
She was
great energy.
Yeah, well, she
like a 100-watt bulb on stage. She
Yep.
just, I don't know, there's something.
she makes herself smaller, and then which is like, I'm not trying to like peacock and sit on the stool like,
Right.
like a guy like me.
Yeah.
Like guy comics like, hey, what the fuck? She makes herself smaller, and it's like, this is about my ideas.
Yeah,
So it's almost
Yeah.
like
her
standing up would
position.
be too much. So I'm just like here, and I'm pontificating. I'm like, yeah, it's just, she's so great. And
She
has
really
that,
is.
like, there's like comedians who are like, their jokes are great, they're phenomenal, and then there's like people like, their jokes are great, and like I want to get to know them.
Yes,
like
that's
really,
exactly
like,
what it
there's this
is.
other thing where I think would probably that's like that factor that that contributes to like hyper success is like I want to like get to know this person, like I want to know everything about you, and she has that quality.
She
Whatever it
does.
is, it's a
I guess why her and Tom
yeah.
do so well together, but it's also like, I mean, you guys know as comics, it's like there's certain people that have blown up via podcasts, and they're better at podcasting than they are comedy.
Right.
But like Christina and Tom, it's like it's the unicorn, right?
Yeah, it
it's
is.
like first off, they're always going to be tethered together. That's why even
Yeah.
I'm talking about them. But it goes to my point of like, there's two individuals that have a great relationship. They found success with it, and they're both separately and together phenomenal comics.
it's so
like truly
wild.
great stand-ups.
Yeah.
Like I would watch either of them
Yes.
Yeah.
on an off night.
Unicorn is the word. It's like, how often is that going to be the case? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I saw Christina P here, and it was like, I think she was writing a new hour,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, it was like hilarious. It was in the moment. She was like again, it was like that. I want to get to know. She had like her notebook, but she would like riff something, and then she would like throw it on the floor and like squat, and then like draw, like scribble in her notebook. It was like
That's magic.
I was just it was magic is the word for it. You know,
Yeah.
it was. She's great, and they're both great together. I listen to their podcast whenever I'm like, I like bummed out. Somebody called a podcast a friendship simulator recently. I feel like they're like a good parent simulator. You know what I mean? Like I put that on, and whenever I like want to feel comfortable and familiar.
Are you
like,
telling
I'm
us
doing
you
work.
want Christina P to breastfeed you? Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm hearing.
I'm not saying that directly.
I'm
but
hearing.
I'm not.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, exactly.
He showed up backstage with peanut butter, and he was eating it, going, thirsty. Thirsty.
I love Tom Segura. I've always loved him. I love both of their energies, but you're right. They're very individualized performers, and they work together. That's a hard marriage professionally to accomplish, and you understand why they work together on multiple levels. And I also know that Brad Pitt came to Tom Segura's show, so I'm just putting it out there to make sure that next time if Brad Pitt shows up, just give me a call. Thank you very much.
When you said the bucket hat thing, that's what I was thinking of. That
Yeah.
picture of him and Tom Segura, and he's wearing the bucket
He
hat.
looks like a female art teacher. I want him to paint me like one of those little French girls. Is that so wrong? I'm giving her a 10 because I thought it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, 10.
That was great. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoy her. And I think she's got that quality, like I think Billy Gardell has that, where it's like, if
love
you
him.
are working in a factory, you got a name tag, and it's lunch break, you want to sit with them
Yeah, exactly.
and hear what the fuck's going on in the world.
Yeah, Billy's
and like
great.
that was so conversational. She was doing a bit, but it was almost like, right? You guys watch this shit? It, like very, I don't know, just like very disarming.
And the eye contact is so underused by comedians. There's so many comedians that look over the audience, look through. You can tell by her eyes, in the direction of her eyes, she's looking at each individual audience member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know about you guys, but like that can be something that can be disarming.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, look, not to make deference to one or the other, but the pendulum swing of like watching Whitney, who is performing a bit, right?
Right.
She's there. She's performing that bit 0 to 60.
Welcome back to Comparing Women, the podcast,
But-
where two
Yeah, no,
white
just
men.
styles.
Is this why I'm in the middle? Is this why I'm in the middle?
But you see, like
Shit.
Christina, it's like she's engaged. It's not a conversation. She's doing a bit, but it
Whitney.
felt
It's a delivery.
with
Yeah.
Christina. It
Oh, okay.
felt like more like, no, I'm just kind of like, right? Isn't this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. There were just two very different, distinct styles between the two comics that I
Yeah.
was like, wow, it's.
Yeah, women aren't all the same, Steve. Jesus
Wait, what?
Christ.
Fucking guy. I can't believe it. Are you all right? Do you feel heard?
No,
Do you feel-
no, I don't ever
Let's
feel
get her
hurt.
out of here.
Let's
That's why
talk
I
about
scream.
Sam's dick.
Let's airlift her out of here. Yeah.
All right. I give that like a 8.5 out of 10. I really liked it.
Yeah, I give
you
it a
hate
10
women.
out of 10.
I
Yeah.
guess Steve
I
hates
feel
women.
like she did.
I'm just fucking with you.
I feel like she just did more in a minute than
Yes,
like
she
those
did.
other comedians are able to do in like 2 or 3 minutes. Like how
Yeah.
it was, like she got her point across, the bit was done, and then like also made a connection.
Yeah, it was
You know what I mean?
likable.
Yeah, in a minute.
Nothing
Yeah,
was
so.
distracting. I was
Even that
totally wrapped in.
19
Yeah.
accounting though, that could have been that could be a 4 or 5 minute
Oh,
bit. I'm
for
sure.
sure.
for her.
That could
Oh,
be
yeah,
a
yeah.
chunk.
Yeah.
That could be a 10-minute conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
It was great.
Hey, so sorry to interrupt this program, but we had technical difficulties at the very end of this episode, so my apologies. We wanted to give a proper send-off to our wonderful guest, Jessimae Peluso. So, Jess, thank you for being our guest on the episode, and thank you guys for watching once again, Comedy Pinata. We really appreciate you guys tuning in, watching. Please rate, review, subscribe, and if you like the podcast and you wonder why we're not getting more views, then spread the gospel, spread the word. Please let your friends know about this as we're starting off. You know, as you guys know, it's a new podcast. So thank you guys very much. We apologize for the technical hiccup at the end of this one. Won't happen again. So that's it. Comedy Pinata. We'll see you next week.